Joyce has been a big help to me. I couldn't have accomplished a lot of what I've done without her. When we married, she was a secretary to a insurance-related uh, business in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
She also taught Sunday school. I think she started when she was almost a teenager.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, when we married, she became my secretary, unpaid, most of our life.
Wow.
But also, she was willing to move when when I decided to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like to move to London,
Yeah.
but then to go to Nigeria, Africa. Her mother thought she would never see us again, and she adapted to the work in Nigeria better than I did,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
and she almost immediately started to teach a girl at a young girls class, a
Oh.
young girls school that one of the members had started in their village,
Yeah.
training them to be secretaries and Christians and so forth. And it was quite a ways of distance from where we were living.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had there was a driver for the school and an old VW
Mm-hmm.
van,
Mm-hmm.
and we would have him take Joyce out to teach this at this school,
Mm-hmm.
and she taught Bible and secretary work like typing and so forth.
Okay.
And also, it wasn't long before she was teaching some in Sunday school work. There was a Nigerian Christian high school
Mm-hmm.
across the road from us,
Yeah.
and she would teach a girls' class there on Sunday morning. And there were times when she was invited to go out into the village and teach a women's class,
Wow.
and sometimes we had no way of going, and so a preacher with a motorcycle would come and pick her up. She'd sit on the back and go out. It might be 5 o'clock in the morning. She did a lot of
Mm-hmm.
that. They had lectureships there too, and they were very prominent, very good. But the women, the families would come and just camp down.
Mm-hmm.
And so there were ladies classes, and Joyce was asked to teach a women's group at this lectureship. There might have been 100 or 1,000 women,
Mm-hmm.
and she had no special training for all that I've said.
Mm-hmm.
And so here she was. And the preachers, the Nigerian preachers, would stick their heads in to hear her what this white woman would be teaching.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I didn't know that about Grandma. That's amazing. How did you and Grandma meet?
Oh, well, I tell you, I was a preacher at the Bayview Church. Donald was preaching at the Maplewood Church. He was going to the university and preaching at the Maplewood Church, and I was preaching at the Bayview Church. We lived together in the Bayview building and batched it. But yet at Strathmore Church had lots of young people, and so we would go down and visit, be at the young people's because we were young too, and I met Joyce there.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the elders at Bayview, Fred Smart, you maybe knew him. Fred Smart recommended Joyce as somebody I should date and possibly marry.
Looks like he was right.
Yeah,
And how many years have you been married now?
it'll be 71 next month.
That's a long time.
How has God blessed you in your life?
Well, one thing which I've already indicated,
Mm-hmm.
He's blessed me with a companion and co-worker in Joyce.
Mm-hmm. I personally have been blessed to have you and Grandma as my grandparents, and you two are my heroes.
The one thing that I'll mention is that Joyce and I
Mm-hmm.
prayed together every night as we were going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Joyce has been a big help to me. I couldn't have accomplished a lot of what I've done without her.